everyone, I am here with Trevor Milton. He is the CEO of Nikola Motor Company, and we're in a very, very special truck, the Nikola One, America's first, or probably the world's first, hydrogen electric semi-truck.
Yeah, it's really the first electric truck in the whole world that can go more than 200 miles. It's a full 1,200 miles, up to 1,300 miles on a full range of hydrogen. So hydrogen's a zero emission fuel, and it has no emissions whatsoever. The only byproduct is water.
So how long have you been working on this? Because this is a fully functioning truck right here that we're sitting in. So how long have you guys been working on this?
Years in secrecy. It's been very hard. Some of the people have found out about us over the last 4 or 5 months as we announced some of the lead up to this big event. But it took years and years to get here. This isn't just a pusher like a lot of vehicles that they unveil are just vehicles that don't actually function. It's a fully functioning vehicle, which is really incredible. You can go through. We can change out pretty much everything we want, all the temperatures. I mean, this is a fully functioning vehicle. It's not just a pusher. That's what they call in the automotive world a vehicle that they just push and it doesn't move.
All right, so let's go through some of these things. I mean, here I've got a 21-inch touchscreen.
This one's actually not the 21. The 21 will actually encompass this entire area here in production. So it'll be changed. Right now, this is a 15-inch monitor here.
Okay.
And then it has dual 7-inch and a 10-inch up there. So this is a 15. In production, it'll be a full 21-inch, and that'll give the driver the ability to actually see all the different freight that is in their freight that's in the system.
Okay.
It's cool because the driver has the ability to access all Wi-Fi, 4G over the air, and it lets them actually get all the updates back from all the freight loads that are available within a city. It can give them the ETA and destinations of all of our stations and reroute them. I mean, it's a full smart computer. It's pretty incredible.
So I'm just like driving along and I'm like, hey, I got some space in my truck and I'm in LA. I can go to this and see where can I pick up a load in Los Angeles that's going to be that's going to give me the most efficiency for my current route.
Yeah. Essentially, our freight system is going to be brokers from all over the world be able to upload their freight into our system, and drivers can see all the freight that's available on board, built into the truck. From there, they can take it and they can essentially they can see every one of the loads. They can rate them based upon the highest paid to the lowest paid. They can also choose a beginning destination and an end destination. And from there, the computer will run millions of calculations to tell them, here's the most valuable route from point A to point B.
Okay.
And it's really incredible. It should up the driver's pay by anywhere from more than 25% up to 50% of what they're making right now.
So will this system be installed in all of the trucks that should be coming online in 2020?
Every one of them.
Everyone. So it all comes...
We'll be rolling out certain features more and more. Obviously there's a little testing period to make sure everything's running really well. But the entire 21-inch monitor, which will take up this whole entire area and get rid of all the buttons, that essentially is that will come in the full production. Yeah.
Okay.
Along with all the freight system as well.
So let's talk horsepower numbers, because I love high horsepower. What are you guys pushing here?
This is like an electric locomotive. Imagine a locomotive. I grew up. My dad was managing the Union Pacific Railroad when I was a kid. So for me, it was a natural thing because I grew up driving locomotives with the with the conductors.
Like woo woo locomotives.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, I got to drive them whenever I wanted, and it was really interesting because that's what got this idea into my head. And that is we have an electric motor on every wheel.
Okay.
And by doing that, we have to tone it down. The truck has capacity of up over 3,000 horsepower.
Yes, let's do it, Trevor.
We can't do it. We can't do it. So we have to tone it down. Essentially, what we do is we software limit it to about 1,000 horsepower.
Okay.
And right around about 2,000 foot-pounds of torque. That's 1,000 horsepower is double what any other production truck, for the most part, is running on the road. 2,000 horsepower is in line with about what most trucks get at peak.
2,000 torque, you mean?
Yeah, I'm sorry, 2,000 foot-pounds of torque. The difference is with an electric motor, you have instant torque. Within milliseconds, you're at full peak. So you don't have a torque curve. It's not like you have to rev that engine, get that red line in order to get that torque. It's throughout the entire thing. So after the gear reduction, you're almost 100,000 foot-pounds of torque.
No
That's
way.
What's so cool, yeah.
So that'll propel this thing from 0 to 60 in like 30 seconds, right?
Under full load. Yeah, so imagine putting 80,000 pounds on, you can hit that in 30 seconds.
And then, but what about stopping? I mean, if I can accelerate that fast, can I stop that fast?
You can, yeah, because we have regenerative braking. A lot of people that have driven electric cars know the feeling. Essentially, your electric motor is going to reverse, and it creates all the energy and dumps it right back in your batteries. Well, by doing that, you can blend that with the air discs, and now you have 2 or 3 times the stopping power of just air disc brakes only.
Okay, so this is a huge endeavor, right? I mean, what makes you think that you can do this?
Well, we did it.
Well, you've done this one, but like, you're predicting 50,000 trucks that you guys want to be producing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a huge endeavor. Like, where are your investors coming from?
It's interesting because I always tell people, to to build something that can work, and to build an idea, and to build a business plan, to build something that actually works is the hardest thing in the world. There's thousands of people out there, really, really brilliant minds out there that run the best factories in the world. All it takes is one phone call from me and a little bit more money, and I got them on our team. So it's not about, to pull it off. The rest of the stuff is quite easy. It's going to be hard to expand. It's going to be hard to roll it out slowly because everyone wants it. We have to roll it out slow, make sure we do it right, safe. That stuff is actually the easiest part. I mean, people think that's the hardest. It's really not. It's a lot of headaches, but there's people out there that are trained to do it. Unfortunately, there's no one in the world trained to build a hydrogen electric truck.
Right.
We had to do it.
Right.
So the hardest part is this, because there is no one. If there was people out there that could have done this, they would have done it. Peterbilt, these other brands, you look at Daimler, Volvo, no one's ever done this. They said it's impossible. So the key is you have to have very few people in the world that would dare to put their own money on the line to build this. We did it. Now, I just went and hired the most brilliant minds in the world to pull off the manufacturing.
Right. So you have had a lot of attention on this. You said last night 4 billion people, or $4 billion.
Yeah.
So
we just passed $4 billion.
Is that for your leases? Because your lease is $1,500 to reserve your lease is $1,500.
Yep.
So the power of math tells me that that's 2.6 million reservations.
No.
Okay.
So that's just a reservation. That's just to hold your spot, right?
Right.
So the average truck lease is between $5,000 and $7,000 a month.
Okay. So the 4 billion includes the leases. That
Absolutely. So the lease term, what we do is when we sell a truck on a lease term, we get paid that money up front.
Okay.
So, and then essentially a finance bank will pay us all that money up front, and they keep a cut, right? So if you think about, let's say, a 72-month term where you're running 1 million miles, because we give full coverage on the truck for a whole 1 million miles.
Right.
That's the average lease can, over the period of that life will be, say, $500,000, somewhere around there. But the difference is if you were to run a diesel, you would be your cost of ownership on that diesel, including your fuel, would be $400,000 to $500,000 more than that.
Right.
So you'll spend $500,000 just on diesel at $2.50 a gallon right now in today's world. So think about that. You're essentially getting the truck for free. People just don't understand that the fuel is included in this truck, so you have no fuel costs whatsoever for the entire 1 million miles.
That's crazy. So, and also people who drive like maybe a Honda Clarity or a Toyota Mirai, they're going to be able to go to the Nikola fuel stations, hydrogen stations.
Yeah, we'll have 364 of these stations going up around the country, both in the USA and Canada, and any hydrogen vehicle can fill there.
How long do you think those 364 stations will take to come online? All of them?
Oh, it'll take years and years.
Years or decades?
No, it'll be less than a decade for sure.
Yeah.
But it'll be years. It'll probably be 5 to 8 years to get them all online.
By 2026?
Probably somewhere around that range. I mean, it's going to be under 10 years for sure.
You heard it here, folks. Well, Trevor, thanks so much for joining me. Again, we're here at the Nikola Motor Company in Salt Lake City in the awesome Nikola One hydrogen-powered truck.
Thanks, guys.